The flight that changed the world. The incredible story of Charles Lindbergh. It was the year 1927. Airplanes were still new, and flying across the Atlantic Ocean seemed almost impossible. Many skilled pilots had tried to make the journey from America to Europe, but most had failed. Some disappeared over the ocean, while others lost their lives trying. People began to believe that no one could complete the journey alone. Then, a quiet 25-year-old American airmail pilot named Charles Lindbergh stepped forward. Unlike famous military pilots, Lindbergh wasn't a celebrity. He was an ordinary pilot with an extraordinary dream to become the first person to fly solo and non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean. To make that dream possible, a special airplane was built for him. It was called the Spirit of St. Louis. The aircraft was simple. It had only one engine and carried just enough fuel for the dangerous journey. To save weight, there was no radio, no co-pilot, and almost no comfort. In fact, there wasn't even a front window. Lindbergh had to look through side windows or use a small periscope to see ahead. Many people thought he was making a terrible mistake. On the morning of May 20th, 1927, Lindbergh climbed into the cockpit at Roosevelt Field in New York. His airplane was overloaded with fuel, making takeoff extremely difficult. As the aircraft raced down the muddy runway, it barely cleared the telephone wires at the end of the field. The adventure had begun. For the first several hours, everything seemed normal. But soon, thick fog covered the ocean. Rain, freezing temperatures, and powerful winds surrounded the tiny airplane. Lindbergh was completely alone. Hour after hour, he flew over endless water with nothing but a compass, maps, and his own instincts to guide him. As night fell, the greatest enemy appeared, not the weather, but exhaustion. He had already been awake for many hours before takeoff. Now, after more than 20 hours in the air, sleep became almost impossible to resist. His eyes kept closing. Several times he felt the airplane drifting because he had nearly fallen asleep. To stay awake, he opened the side window and let freezing air hit his face. He slapped his cheeks, sang songs, talked to himself, and constantly changed his position in the seat. At one terrifying moment, he later admitted that he felt as if ghostly figures were sitting beside him in the cockpit, speaking to him. Whether it was imagination or extreme exhaustion, he refused to give up. The sun finally rose over the Atlantic. Hours later, Lindbergh spotted the coastline of Ireland. He had crossed the ocean. But the journey wasn't over yet. He continued flying across England and the English Channel before heading toward France. Late in the evening on May 21st, after flying for 33 hours and 30 minutes without stopping or sleeping, Charles Lindbergh landed safely at Le Bourget Airport near Paris. What happened next shocked everyone. More than 150,000 people had gathered at the airport. The crowd rushed onto the runway before the airplane even stopped. People climbed onto the wings, shook Lindbergh's hands, cheered his name, and celebrated what many believed was the greatest flight in history. Overnight, the unknown male pilot became the most famous man in the world. Newspapers across America and Europe printed his photograph on their front pages. Parades were held in his honor. His successful flight proved that long-distance air travel was possible, inspiring rapid advances in aviation and opening the door to the international airline industry we know today. Charles Lindbergh's journey was not just about crossing an ocean. It was about proving that courage, determination, and belief can turn an impossible dream into reality. Even nearly a century later, the story of the spirit of St. Louis continues to inspire people around the world. Sometimes, history is changed by a single person who dares to do what everyone else believes cannot be done.